Hello? Let me change up the music really quickly because, like, I recently just changed the playlist. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Hope everything's fine. So today we're going to be doing illustrations, and if you guys are new here, welcome in. If you guys want to subscribe, that definitely would be appreciated. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do illustration. So this is not like a trace or anything like that. This is more of like a traditional art piece that I started in real life. Hello everyone, hello. But yeah, this is a traditional art piece that I started in real life. I used like acrylic markers for this one in real life, so I know the picture doesn't look the best because, like, I literally just took it for the sake of digital art. I wanted to kind of make this like a digital version of it. So yeah, this is the traditional art piece that I made. As you can see, there's like really bad light reflections there. But yeah, this piece is like kind of like about the beauty of being, you know, not someone special. Like, you don't have to be special to be special, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of a practice of not everything is about you, and that itself is really beautiful. And it kind of like shows compassion for other people than just being focused on you. That looks pretty good. Thank you. Also, yes, I do recognize you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I recently joined a Discord server. I don't know how to say their name. How do you pronounce their name? Scriffily. Let me try to like pronounce their name. Scriffily. Anyway, there's this YouTuber that I recently joined their Discord channel, and I just thought that the video that was titled like this is my first video was such a really beautiful like editing style. I thought it was like super energetic and also really funny. Like, yeah, I thought that video was really awesome. But yeah, so I joined the Discord server, and I think everyone in there is really nice and kind. And I also have a Discord server of my own. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely go do that. Also, thank you. Okay, let me do this. All right. So what I like to do is kind of have like a light blue tone first. Because how do I say it? I want this character to not be like invisible, of course, but I want her to have like a translucent vibe going on. So I like to go into like thick lashes. I think this should go down a little bit more. There we go. But yeah. Also, I still remember the idea of like Pikmin as like a pick-me. I really wonder what that would look like. Because like I'm super curious. What would that look like, bro? But yeah, I recently posted a video about... It's kind of like inspired by, then again, the YouTuber that I recently joined Discord of. Then again, it's like the same title. I think a lot of artists should do that. The my first video. I always like to render the eyes first, because I think it's like one of the most funnest things to draw. But then again, like a lot of the times whenever there's like something really fun or like something that I truly enjoy, I always leave it for the last for some reason. I don't know. Like if there's like a snack, right? Like if you have chocolate bars or Cheetos or something like that, and if you like chocolate, then you would finish the Cheetos first and then eating the chocolate, if that makes sense. Wee. Some long lashes. To be honest, like I don't... Should I be zooming in that much? I don't know. Don't think so. I guess it makes sense. Yes, I'm savoring the best for last. My favorite chocolate is Kit Kat. I know that's random, but I don't know. Kit Kats are just so good. But yeah, do y'all have like YouTube channels as well? Because I think I'm looking for collaborations and video ideas. So if you guys ever have like an idea or something, definitely comment down below. Or like a genre like that I can try out drawing. It's nice. Yeah, it's like really crunchy. I think a lot of things contain nuts, though, to be honest. So I'm like, yeah, that's, you know, sorry about that. I know this is like a weird way to draw eyes, and it's definitely not something that I'm really usual to, but like, as you can see, I put a lot of detail in real life of the eye, and I'm just really trying to capture that. By the way, yes, I noticed. I noticed. You are the one that is allergic to nuts. Oh my goodness. Okay, what should we do? Okay, we gotta think this. Because, like, traditional art and digital art, they are kind of different but similar in a way. It's really confusing. Like, there are so many ways to go with digital art, right? And sometimes that's kind of overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes that's just too much. Let's give it some nice outline. Kind of like a... looking like an eye. Hello, I like bread. I like frogs. Not eating them. I meant I like frogs in general. But glad you like bread, though. What kind of bread? Toast, croissant, melon bun, melon. I forgot what that bread is called. I don't like croissants. They just, their texture is all weird and stuff. I don't get it. Like, I don't get croissants. I shared this to your friend. Thank you. Really appreciate that. For sharing it out. But, like, to be honest, like, usually when this time there's like a stream or something, I think a lot of people are napping. They are asleep. They are in the slumber. Sometimes I wish, like, whenever I sleep, I could just teleport to the back rooms, because low-key, I would really want to go into the back rooms at some point. Because, I don't know, I'm just really captivated by the whole idea of a liminal space. I like croissant. I think croissant is not good. I do not like croissant. I'm addicted with croissants. I grew up with them. Growing up with croissants. I mean, I did too, but I never grew to like them. Happy y'all are getting along, though. I don't know. What is my favorite type of, like, bread? My favorite type of bread is probably just toast, to be honest. I'm really basic like that. Croissant. Yeah, the croissant. Whenever I eat a croissant, I know, super English. It has like a crunchy outer surface, and then kind of like a kind of semi-spongy inner, like, bread. And I just don't like the crunchy surface at all. It kind of just, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. She kind of looks terrifying right now. I'm not going to lie to you. She looks like she is a villain. And she looks the opposite of whatever I'm trying to convey here. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that. Oh, that's kind of pretty. All right. Let's do this for a second. Let me see the original. Ah, okay. I got it. Hello. Welcome in. I'm trying to fix the eye. All right. You know, sometimes whenever I get into the flow of just drawing, I don't really think of any process. I kind of just do it, and I'm just like, oh, this looks good. And then suddenly at the end, you can all see it come together, and you're like, oh my gosh, it worked out somehow. But then if you try to do it again, like recreate that art piece exactly, you kind of just, you're like, I was in the flow, and I don't know what I actually did. So that's what's really happening right now. I think with making my traditional art piece into a digital art piece, I'm going to try to kind of take this into another way, not necessarily going to be the exact same. So, yeah. You can't find people's comments through their account on YouTube. If you could, I would be a dead man. That looks kind of nice. Just letting you guys know, we just started. So if you guys think that you missed anything, you really didn't. Okay. Now we go in with like a paler white. I don't think I worked on like the manga in a good while now. Of an old friend you had. I guess that's good or bad. I don't know. Depends. Cold Hans. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I am not Cold Hans. Let's give some depth. Do I sound like Bob Ross? Hopefully I do at some point. ADHD Bob Ross. Bob Ross has ADHD? What? I never knew that. Oh, wait. You're saying I have ADHD. I'm confused. I don't know. I like drawing nostrils. I know a lot of people don't like drawing nostrils, but personally, I like drawing nostrils. I like semi-realism art, and I just think that people need to draw visible nostrils more. I'm so bad with words. Diana's talking is also like a mystery to me at some time. I mean, at some point. Beautiful nostrils. Okay, let me... I don't know. I feel like it's like off-putting. Because probably like the picture angle wasn't right, and so it's just kind of like messed up. There we go. Alright. I think the whole face is like kind of like swifting. But yeah, I usually do streams every Saturday and Sunday, and I recently posted a video. If you want to go check that out, definitely go do that. And also, if you have any suggestions, definitely comment down below. You like frogs, right? Yes, I do. Frogs are super cute. And yeah, definitely comment down below if you have any ideas for the next video. And definitely check out my animations because those take decades. I think you'll like the video on the server. Alright, I'll definitely go check it out. Oh my gosh, I'm having a crisis with the face. Okay. How about we just do this, right? Okay. And then like we move it like more on this side a little bit more. Arctic fox. I like frogs. I like... what else? I have a dog. And I don't know. Seals are nice. Tigers are also nice. I used to like wolves, to be honest. But there was a time where like wolves were like a meme or something that I'm like, I think it's gonna be cringe. So I just stopped liking wolves. I'm gonna go real quick. Bye. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. It's only me. I'm sure people will join in later on, to be honest. Like, usually at this time, people will sometimes stop by and also, you know, yeah, sleep on the stream or something. I don't know. Sometimes people would bring their sketchbooks as well. Should I start like a do it in your style with this art piece? So the whole point of like canvases is actually that I can get to put them in a museum one day, because I really would like that a lot. Yeah, to be honest, like I haven't been thinking about favorite animals as well. What is a honk me? Yeah, exactly. That's really amazing because like I keep seeing these art galleries and I thought like those are such beautiful art pieces in such a nice place, and I'm just like, I wish my art was in a place like this. Hello. So yeah, that's the whole point of like canvases and stuff, so that could be a possibility. But yeah, hello everybody. you're gonna get time for spam. I don't think there's like that many comments to the point that it's gonna be reported for spam. So yeah. Wait a second. Finally got to make it to your live stream. Thank you so much for stopping by and appreciate it. Okay. I don't know, the eye just looks a little bit odd to me. Like I gave her like a double eyelid or something. But yeah, right now we're just rendering the eye. Nothing like super scary, you know? I low-key think I should render the whole piece, right? And then go into the small details. I usually never do that. But I don't know. Am I overthinking it? Probably. Love the rendering. Thank you. This is like basically a digital version of my traditional art piece. So yeah. Of the eyes, yes. It's only the eyes right now. So far, yeah. Trust the process. So right now we're just gonna do eyelids. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Had to mute for a second. But yeah, how is everyone doing? I've been doing okay. I've been doing fine. I feel like I low-key should work on line art beforehand. I never worked on line art before. I mean, I have, but I don't usually work on line art. Do y'all do digital art usually or like traditional art more? I've been watching Ghibli movies again because those are so healing. Like, Ghibli movies are one of my favorites ever. It's kind of like one of the first anime ever that, I've really kind of got in touch to when I was like a child. Very nice art. Thank you. This is basically from my traditional art piece. Do y'all want to know the story behind this art piece? Or are y'all not into like deep art stuff? Because I don't know, I get really interested in the story behind the art piece a lot. Like, those like medieval paintings, and like there would be an explanation of the medieval paintings and the expression of the medieval paintings, and I'd be like, this is really cool. I really like the fact, that there's like a conveying story that these people in the art are like conveying. Tell me the story. Hello, also welcome in everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. So the story behind this art piece is really about finding the balance of knowing your individual own worth, but knowing your own worth doesn't mean that you have to prioritize yourself in every single situation. Because what I see a lot with what a lot of people do nowadays is that they say that they're the main character and they kind of just lose the compassion for other people. And it feels like everyone is really selfish and self-absorbed. And so the whole point of this art piece is that this individual knows their own worth, and they're obviously really beautiful. Well, at least I'm trying to make them look, majestic and beautiful. But then again, they're like translucent. So as you can see, there's like plants growing behind them, and hence like they're kind of translucent and showing the beauty of the things around them as well, without trying to take all the spotlight. So they're kind of like just basically complementing the scenery, but also they're somewhat the main character, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to balance that out. But yeah, that's basically the story behind this art piece. I don't know, I always like a story behind a illustration. I don't like the illustration to be just visually pleasing or just about a certain character. Of course, that's totally fine. Of course, that's also really amazing. But like, I really admire the paintings that has like, a really deep or cool story to tell. They look majestic. Thank you. But yeah, that's the story behind this art piece. Because I feel like one of the most beautiful things about being a human is that there is this compassion. And I think compassion is one of the most beautiful things that anyone can have. Like, especially if it's like in a situation where it's kind of hard to have compassion, but yet they do in a certain situation, because it's not easy to have compassion always, especially with people that you don't agree with, or just don't have the same morals with. So these aren't really like bangs, like, how do I say it? She has been sleeping, alright. This is just going to be lighting, because technically I want the light to be somewhat like bluish toned, so like that's why it looks like this right now, but there's going to be lighter colors along the way. But yeah, that's the story behind this art piece. I don't know if a lot of people like illustrations like this, because I personally really love them. Like, one time I came across this really skillful Instagram user, and their art piece really just had like a meaning to it. Like, it talks about like cyberbullying and stuff like that, and you can actually see it through their art, and they portray it so well. How long have you been doing art for? I've been doing art for 7+ years now. If you'd say like actually, studying and, improving my art, yeah, probably around 6 to 7 years. I didn't go to art school or art classes. My main resource were, I'd say, YouTube or Ghibli Studios, or basically shows that give me inspiration. But I think inspiration is like not really such a good thing to rely on. Like, I have burnt outs at times. I like illustrations like this. Thank you. I like viewing illustrations because, especially illustrations where you have a lot of things to look at and to kind of piece the puzzles together, I think those are really nice. I recently went to this gallery where they had these really beautiful paintings, like, how do I say it? The Renaissance paintings. Renaissance paintings are actually really beautiful. They had this painting, I forgot its name, but it was like so beautiful. It captivated the emotion so well. And I don't know. If y'all never seen like a painting that was like detailed in real life, like it's really different to see it on a phone and in real life. Like on a phone it's just like, oh, it's a painting, you learn about it, it's in the history books or something, and you're like, oh, this is nice, yeah, it's beautiful. But like when you actually see it in real life, like right in front of you, and it's just a whole new experience. I cannot explain it. It's really surreal. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, if you guys ever have like a gallery event going on, definitely go check out the gallery in real life, because I think, I don't know, art is so beautiful. Like, especially if it's like in real life physically instead of just digitally. So yeah. It was quite interesting. What was in the museum? I like a blurry like look. I don't know how to say it. I don't love line art, but I like line art that's kind of like blurry. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, y'all will see. I haven't been to a museum. Well, I have last year. But yeah, I don't go to museums often because there's not many museums here. There was this one museum that I thought was disturbing that I did not go to because it was disturbing. It basically, the gist of that one museum event was animals and humans kind of combining into this new creature, and it was in a way like a little bit disturbing. Icons of Jesus and other people from the Bible. Oh, was it like, to be honest, like those are my favorites. Those are one of my favorites, like churches and the art in the churches from way back then are so beautiful. Those are like one of the inspirations that I have. Like I have some concept kind of ideas in my head, and those art pieces are really inspirational. Alright, I think I'm maybe getting into the details too much in in the face. I'm trying to like balance everything out instead of like going too detailed in one specific place. Fun fact, the orange and blue are actually complementary colors, so that's why I chose these colors to be exact. Alright. I actually really want to start on the hair. The thing about drawing, I usually have music playing whenever I'm drawing, and I realize music really affects drawing a lot. Are you having fun with the space? Yeah, to be honest, like, how do I say it? I'm going to be like very honest. I actually enjoy drawing this art piece in traditional and while I'm kind of alone than to be streaming it, because when I'm streaming it kind of gives like a pressure of I have to look at the chat and I have to keep talking, because obviously like I don't, to be honest, like me personally, if I went into a stream and there wasn't much talking, I would also feel a little bit bored. So it kind of gives myself of this pressure that I need to talk in the stream. So yeah, I do prefer kind of like drawing alone at times, but then again, I like to stream the process as well. But yeah, that's why I don't usually every single time when I grab like a sketchbook or something and I'm like, okay, we gotta make like a short today or something, like instantly, like, yeah, we're just gonna film the process. Like, how do I say it? That's just so draining, because I actually did try that before at some point, then I stopped touching the sketchbook because every single time I was like telling myself you have to film the process. So I just really think that's not the best way to have fun with drawing. Yeah. So I think it's nice to keep to yourself sometimes, not saying that you have to, but more of just like have fun drawing and not do it for the views and people, because at some point when you're creating or like you're a creator on a platform, at some point it really does get to you. So sometimes you just really gotta dial back, like sit back, you know, take a step back, hold on, wait a second. Are you having fun with this? Really appreciate that question. I think that you're an artist yourself if you ask that question. Okay, I'm trying to let her hair kind of just like flow, you know? I get it. There's like wind physics, okay? I get it. Let's just say the wind is majestically just abiding with her hair to make her look as majestic as possible, okay? So, yeah. I know. Physics doesn't really work at some point in drawings. This is one of those moments. The wind is kind of slightly blowing harder than usual. But not as good as you. I don't think that art can be really, like, truly be defined as good or bad art, because I think everyone has their own stages of like growth. And one of the reason why I like art is because it doesn't have technically a, you know, how do I say it? It doesn't have a limit. And it doesn't have an age limit. Like, I get it, you know, seriousness, and if you want to go into like art career or something like that, then maybe perhaps there's going to be some standards. But if it's for fun and in general, something that makes you happy, I don't really think that it's necessary. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, whenever I'm in school, I always will doodle, and it always felt like the only thing that I can kind of escape from, besides, like, other subjects and stuff. Because other subjects, obviously, it's not like you can do whatever you want. It's actually, like, you have to be, you're either this good or that good, or this bad or that bad. And sometimes I kind of forget that about art, to be honest. One of the people that I look up to in art would probably be one of the illustration artists that could put mad detail into their illustration, but yet could balance it all out because everything is so detailed. Those are one of the illustration artists that I want to be. Like, when I say detail, I mean the hair looks semi-realistic, the face, yeah, sure, it's like semi-realistic, but like the skin and like the eyes look realistic. The texture, what I mean, looks realistic, and the background texture looks realistic, and it's just like so beautiful. What do you draw on? I draw on a tablet, a Galaxy Tab, and also I use Sketchbook. I use Sketchbook. But yeah. Is it good? Like, Sketchbook? Yeah, Sketchbook is really good. I've been using Sketchbook for over, I'd say 4 or 5 years now. Around 5 years, yeah. So that's why I never really changed apps or platforms to draw. I just use like Sketchbook, because Sketchbook is really nice. I've been using Sketchbook ever since. The thing is, the first ever tablet that I had was not like a Galaxy Tab, which has a screen. Basically, it's like a tablet. It was like a drawing tablet with no screen. It was just black, and you had to look at the computer. Not the computer. I was like combining computer and monitor. You have to look at the computer and then draw on your tablet. So it's, it's kind of like a mouse thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a pen on a black tablet. It's kind of like a mouse, and then you have to look at your computer while you draw on it, basically. And when I was using that, and when I was using Sketchbook for the first time, I actually drew all on one layer for at least a year. At least a year and a half. And I never knew that you can draw on different layers. So each time, whenever I had to erase something, I was always really frustrated, because I'm like, okay, we have to start all over again. Because it was, then again, a one layer art piece on digital art. And I was like treating it like traditional art, but it was harder than that on digital. I wasn't technically used to it yet. But even if I were, I don't think the one layer art piece is the easiest to deal with. So yeah, I thought that was such a pretty impressive period of my first digital art life. The screenless tablets. That sounds annoying. Yeah, it was. If you guys want to check out like my old art pieces, When I say old, like it's around 2021-ish. You can definitely go check out the Instagram. I post there sometimes, very rarely now, to be honest, because I used to post on Instagram so much and it just never really got anywhere and I was drained. But I might start posting there again. I'm not gonna lie. If I can get this done, I'll start posting there again. So yeah, if you want to check out my illustrations as well, there are definitely other illustrations there. The most recent one with like a very colorful background. Hopefully you're watching my Instagram page right now while hearing me talk. So if you go to my Instagram page and you go to one of my recent illustrations, which look like a very colorful background with an orange haired colored hair girl kind of like laying on some sort of rock with some rocks that has an eye on them. That is one of my favorite illustration pieces. I really like that one. That one was really fun. That one was inspired by the show with Jinx. I forgot what that show name is. Oh goodness. Like with Jinx and Vi. That art piece was inspired by that. Oh my goodness. What's the Netflix show called? Okay, I'm really getting frustrated. But yeah, that was inspired by that show. The show was basically Jinx and Vi. They're sisters. And I was inspired by, this kind of like orb thingy that looked colorful and kind of has, if you have like those like phobias where you're scared of like little tiny holes, it kind of looked like that. And it had like a lot of colors in it. That's like the best explanation that I can give y'all. But yeah, that's one of my favorite illustrations. Back then, I used to do illustrations like crazy. I used to do them almost every single week, I'd say, at least twice or 3 times a month. But illustrations do take time. And I remember used to like doing illustrations, like drawing them. I was like, okay, I'm so excited to finish this art piece because, it's looking so good. I know the hair is looking basic, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Terrifying thumbnail. Hello. Everyone says, everyone type W in chat for the moderator. Hello, moderator. Type W in chat for the moderator. Was it a terrifying thumbnail? I thought the thumbnail looked kind of, cute in a scary way, I personally really like that kind of vibe, It kind of gives like uncanny like version of me. I thought that was like really cool. I recently watched a playthrough for this game called No, I'm Not a Human. Also, thanks for the W's for the moderator. W moderator. But yeah. Yeah, spam that W, y'all. Spam it until your thumb falls off. Yeah, I recently watched this game playthrough of No, I'm Not a Human. And I'm not gonna lie, I really was obsessed with the character design. It was so cool. I know the character design looks like, oh my gosh, some people look, no offense, scary, which is kind of the whole point of the game. You have people that look scary, but, you can still trust them. or if you can decide you can trust them or not, and to let them in your home. And I just thought the character design in that game was so cool. Everyone looks so unique. And I just thought that was the beauty of it. Everyone looks so uncanny. And it was like so cool. So definitely was an inspiration. So if like my thumbnail reminded you of that, definitely tell me, because I'd be really proud of that art piece. W moderator, whoever that person may be. Oh yeah, it's definitely not you. Yeah, definitely like 100%. Like, it has nothing to do with you. Yeah, you're definitely not the moderator. You're definitely just a person that came into my stream. Hello, welcome. But yeah, W moderator for edit. Okay. Oh, no wonder I was like, wait a minute, what was like missing? Okay, there we go. Then I'm gonna add this purple tone because blue and purple just make sense. It's as easy as that. But yeah, you guys, we're not going to be finishing this art piece in this live stream, but if you guys want to stay tuned for the next live streams that I will be having, and also, then again, check out my Discord server, join in, stay active. You know, you can post your art on there from time to time, and definitely go check out, you know, I recently invited a collaboration with, then again, I still don't know how to pronounce their name. I wish that they would say their name at least once, that I'll know. But yeah, I'll probably link them down in the description below. I recently invited them to collaborate, but hopefully all goes well. But yeah. What is your Discord? You can find that in the mystery description down below. I can't see it. Huh, that's odd. Let me see. Let me see. Should be over down there. And also you can check out Webtoons as well. Discord. Okay. It isn't there. Interesting. Alright, 1 second. Let me fix this. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So I've been saying, like, join the Discord server, while, like, it's just, like, /Discord. That's it. And people are like, oh, nice Discord server. /Discord. Alright. So, like, I swear I edit the description, but sometimes the description is just like, no, the information is invalid and we will not be putting this under the description of your stream. Okay. It should be good now. Should be. You can definitely check again. Wait, why isn't it there though? That's really sad. Alright, I'll just copy the link and then paste it in the chat then. Hopefully that works. You just go there. It's not a hack. Definitely not. You can sue me if it is. It is not a hack. Okay? You can definitely sue me for free. You don't need a lawyer if it is a hack, because it's not a hack. What the heck just happened? Okay, there we go. Also, my Gmail is also in the YouTube channel if y'all are ever interested in emailing. All right. I really want to, I don't know, should I cover this part? I don't really think so. let me do this. This is kind of like a texture eraser. It's kind of nice. I'm trying something new. I clicked and got hacked. Y'all don't fall for it. Oh my gosh. No, I'm busted. Alright guys, I have to end the stream. I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get sued. Bye. I'm going to delete my email and this whole channel. See y'all. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Alright. Yeah, so far so good. Really love whatever, you know, the hair is going on right now. I'm going to try to render the face because the whole point is I'm trying to make her look translucent, but also I want her to have a rendering. So it's like putting makeup on a somewhat semi-invisible person. It doesn't invite you. Aw, that is sad. Why? But I changed it. But I changed it. Why isn't it? That's so sad. Alright, let me try again. Or you can add the @ here, I can give the @ and then I will DM the stream. Not the stream, the channel. The server. Add that. You'll see this face. Basically, it's like this PNG tuber as my profile picture. And voila. I know y'all can hear the Discord notifications going off. Don't mind that. As you can see, I'm so motivated to fix the problem instantly. All right. Okay. So then again, I don't want her to look pale because that would just be terrifying, kind of like a ghost. Because, you know, you get it, she's, you know, kind of invisible, translucent a little bit. She kind of looks like she doesn't have eyebrows now. We'll fix that. I'm actually really happy I didn't do this thing where, you know, someone said if you cut off your eyelashes, they would grow back longer. If I did that, because it doesn't actually grow back longer, so if I actually did that... Whoa, what happened? If I actually did that, I think I'd be devastated. I'd be so devastated. I really love this drawing. Thank you. It's an actual drawing of mine that I really want to make it into a gallery. So basically like a museum. Because it's an actual, you know, traditional art piece. Hello. Weird Kit Kat. I love Kit Kats. Like the chocolate. Okay, the chocolate, not your username. The chocolate. That would just be weird if it was your username. I have to ask. Yes. Thank you for have to asking. Now I will have to look at the message and have to send you the server link. Okay. May I have the link, please? Of course. What a nice citizen. There you go. I have sent the link. Thank you so much for participating and welcome to the community. Good drawing, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yummy art. Eat up. Eat up. Bon appetit. It's not finished yet, though. But you can, you know, hopefully you can smell the deliciousness of this art piece, because it is in digital, but it's also in traditional. So this is basically my traditional art into digital, and hopefully you can smell how delicious this would be. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm in. Welcome into the community. But yeah, if you guys want to check out my Discord, you can DM this like basically this at. You can add that and then say, may I have the link? And then I will give you the link, because apparently the link isn't working right now, which we will be working on that. Apologies. Newest artist, I eat their art. Thank you. UK's when they don't have their morning tea. UK when they don't have their morning tea. I don't know why I suddenly sound British. Okay, I don't know why. Are my ancestors British? I don't know. Sometimes I wish my ancestors were French. Low-key. Alright. Let me drink a sip of water. Let me drink a sip of water, one sec. To be honest, I don't think that was meant to... That was my dog. I don't think that was meant to be offensive. My ancestors were French. How are French people? I actually do not know. I need to be educated on that. Alright. But yeah, if you guys want to check out my other things like Webtoons, because I've been working on that ever since 2021, it's basically like a character, basically OCs have gone through the liminal spaces, and it's like kind of like a liminal space manga. If you go and check it out and see that the art looks a little bit off at first, it's because that it was my old art, and my old art didn't look the best, because obviously it was before my evolution out of my cocoon of skillfulness and book reading. So, yeah. But if you go and read it all, then you will see that there's a big improvement at the end. Takes big chunk of art and eats. Thank you so much. Hopefully it was delicious. Hopefully it was delicious. I much prefer the UK accent over the Americans. I agree. It just sounds so much more refined. So much more elegant. I like to add the collarbone. I know that's really random, but I like to add the collarbone. I just don't think what I just did was the best way to add the collarbone, but we'll be adding the collarbone in the next episode of the live stream. But yeah, if you guys want to stay tuned to the live stream, definitely subscribe and leave a like, and also turn on the notification bells for next week, because every Saturday and Sunday I will be live streaming around where I started to today's stream. So definitely go subscribe and check out my other videos as well if you enjoy animations, because the animations do not take a year or a single brain cell in your head. Perhaps like a 0.1 chance of taking like a 0.1 brain cell. But yeah, I'm going to be ending the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by And I hope you enjoyed. Definitely go check out the Discord server, or DM, basically, if you want to check out the Discord server. Definitely DM the @ that I commented down below in the chat, and say that you want a link to the Discord server. But yeah, check out my other things, and thank you so much for stopping by. Then again,